Emotional Intelligence is a book written by Daniel Goleman. This book says it is not our IQ but our emotional intelligence that plays a major role in thought, decision making, and individual success. This book is beneficial for all those who want to learn about how our emotions are handled in our brain, what are the techniques needed to develop our emotional intelligence. You are surprised to know that you have two brains, two minds, and two different intelligences. One is rational and one is emotional. To understand emotional intelligence clearly, we will first meet with the parts of brain that plays a vital role in our both kind of intelligences, but mainly emotional intelligence. These parts are neocortex. Neocortex is our thinking brain, which is responsible for higher brain functions such as perception, decision making, and language. Then a prefrontal lobe, which is responsible for reasoning, problem solving, comprehension, impulse control, creativity, and perseverance. The next is limbic system. Limbic system is our emotional and feeling brain. It is involved in our behavioral and emotional responses, especially when it comes to behaviors we need for survival, like feeding, reproduction, and caring for our young, and flight or flight responses. The next is amygdala, which is again associated with our emotions generation. To understand emotional intelligence better, the book speaks about five main components of emotional intelligence. First is self awareness. Self awareness talks about knowing your own emotions. For self understanding, you should be able to monitor feelings from moment to moment. When you are aware how you are feeling, you can control that feeling. There are three types of people when it comes to understanding their own emotions. First is self aware, engulfed, and accepting. Self aware, these people understand their emotions well. They are mindful about their emotions. These people are autonomous and sure of their own boundaries, have good psychological health, and tend to have a positive outlook on life. If they ever get into bad mood, they bounce back soon. Engulfed, they are totally unaware of their emotional life. They often feel overwhelmed and emotionally out of control. Accepting, these people know how they are feeling but take no action to get rid of it. For example, depressed people knew that they are feeling bad, but they resigned themselves in front of their bad mood. Second component is managing emotions. Here, the book talks about how to manage your emotions, how to handle your emotions in times of anxiety, gloom, or irritability using techniques like mindfulness, healthy escapism, cognitive therapies, etc. The book emphasizes that people who are poor in handling and managing emotions are constantly battling feeling of distress, while those who excel in it can bounce back far more quickly from life setbacks and upsets. The third component is about motivating oneself. The book says to be highly productive and effective in whatever you take, you must be motivated from inside. You should be optimistic. Arranging your emotions in the service of your goal is very important for increasing your attention for your work, attaining mastery into your work, self motivating yourself, and generating creativity in yourself. If you can develop the habit of delaying your gratification by generating patience and controlling your emotions, you can develop the quality of achieving anything in the world. Various researchers have found that people who can understand the feelings of others are more successful in life. Recognizing emotions in others occurs when we have empathy for others. An empathetic attitude can only be developed when we have awareness about our own feelings. Empathy is an important people skill. People who are empathetic are more attuned to the subtle social signals that indicate what others need or want. This makes them better at callings such as the caring professions, teaching, sales, and management. Handling relationships is an art. Author says social intelligence is necessary for smooth and happy relationships. To increase social intelligence, interpersonal intelligence is necessary. So, what is this interpersonal intelligence? There are four main components of interpersonal intelligence. First is organizing groups. People rich in organizing groups are capable of networking and put efforts in initiating and coordinating groups. Second is negotiating solutions. People who can negotiate well were seen working as mediators in preventing and resolving conflicts. These people have the ability to excel in deal making and mediating disputes. Third is personal connection. If somebody has a personal connection with you, how would you feel? If somebody can understand and connect with you, there is no better person than him, her. To become proficient in handling relationships, developing personal connection with empathy is the critical one. Social analysis. Social analysis is the skill in which you have the ability to detect and have insights about other people's feelings, motives, and concerns. This knowledge of how others feel can lead to an easy intimacy or sense of rapport. So you can see that emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware of our emotions and managing our emotions, motivating ourselves, recognizing others' feelings, and handling relationships positively. You are happy to know that emotional intelligence can be learned at any age because our brain is remarkably plastic and constantly learning.